Hey family, it's your girl Ms. Mofilla, and you already know we are back inside the maze with a special dose of the critical breakdown. I'm really excited for today's conversation, man. I got the one and only Maxime in the building. Say what's happening.
What's going on, guys?
So for those who might not recognize the name and the face, this is the man behind Gangsters Buy Flowers, a brand that I've come to know and love. Love the mission, love the story behind it, and we're gonna get into it a little bit more, man. It's the critical breakdown. Let's get straight to it. Now, Gangsters Buy Flowers, I feel like I always got to start with the cliche questions, right? I know the mission behind it because I did my research. Okay. But if you could tell the people over here, first of all, who you are as Maxime, and then what the message is behind Gangsters Buy Gangsters Buy Flowers.
I started the brand back in 2017.
Nice.
I started it in New York.
Okay.
So I'm originally from Boston, but I lived in New York.
Say that again, you're originally from where?
I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, because I know y'all see the brand in New York, but listen, he's from here, okay?
Yeah. So I started it out there. I lived out there for 11 years.
Okay.
So. But I just moved back, so I'm here.
Welcome back.
But I'm back and forth.
I know that's right. I understand that.
Yeah, so when I originally started the brand, it wasn't supposed to be a brand.
Okay.
So it started off as a joke. I was seeing a girl. She was from the UK.
Okay.
So we met in New York. She flew me out to UK.
Wait a minute, pause. She flew you out?
I got flew out.
I know that's right. Continue.
One time in life. Okay,
you can check that off your bucket list.
Yeah. So then she came back to Brooklyn one time.
Nice.
And then I got off work. She was staying at an Airbnb, not too far from where I stayed. And I got off work, went to the flower shop, got some roses, wrapped it with eucalyptus, brought it to her.
They don't make them like you. But continue.
Brought it to her Airbnb, and she opened the door and she saw the roses. She's like, "Oh my God, you're so romantic." And I was like, "I'm not romantic. Gangsters buy flowers."
Oh, listen, I couldn't paint a better picture for that. That is perfect. And I just want to touch on that real quick. I know we're gonna get into the brand itself, but I have to touch on that. As a woman, people don't realize the dating pool has poop in it, right? We're just gonna say that. Yeah. So when a gentleman knows how to show up with a thing of flowers, it means the world to us ladies. I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for us grown women. We appreciate those flowers in that romantic moment. You see how the lady responded, like, oh my goodness. That speaks volumes. But back to the brand, because he won me over from the story alone.
Yeah, so after that, we were just chilling on the couch and she randomly chuckles, Gangsters Buy Flowers. So the next day I meet with a friend of mine, him and his wife. We met up for drinks and I was like, yo, tell her Gangsters Buy Flowers. And he's like, you got to put that on the shirt.
Yo.
6 months later, I put it on the shirt, put it on Instagram. And it started taking off.
Ooh. Now tell the people the official, because I saw that mission statement where you talk about it's showing the duality of men. That you could be pretty much a gangster, but you can show that you say it because I don't want to say it for you.
Nah, so it's basically about the duality of men.
Absolutely.
You can have the outside exterior, just go tough. I think one of my biggest inspirations was seeing this dude. He was in full construction gear. He's waiting for the train, and he had a bouquet in his hands. And it's just guys could do that. We like flowers in our homes.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people...
Shout out to the progressive fellas who appreciate flowers as well.
So it's part of self-care. Just making sure everything's good. The crib is good. You good. It's good for the mental health.
It is.
The environment's better when flowers are around.
Absolutely. So. As I get older, I'm starting to learn the value of flowers in the home. I'm starting to learn it.
Yeah. So basically that's what it's about.
Okay. Now I feel how did you get to you started in New York, but I feel like it's gone across the country. It's been in LA, it's been here in Boston. I've seen it all over the place before I got to meet you, the man behind it. So how did you build that brand to get to that? What was your steps to get to that network? And it doesn't happen overnight.
Man, I think it was just basically my life's work.
Yeah.
Just I'd worked in retail for a long time, different types of retail.
Okay.
Luxury, leather goods, men's suiting.
Got you.
Just for years. And then I also did freelance photography on the side for a long time as well.
Got you.
And I went to school for sociology.
Okay.
So I just blend everything together and try to make this brand. But 3.5 years ago, I guess pandemic is when I decided to go full time.
Gotcha.
But before, it was something I was just doing on the side, just making shirts. It was like, it was never supposed to be a brand. It started off as something I threw on a shirt for like my photography stuff. And then I was doing other projects. People were like, this is cool, but where's the Gangsters Buy Flowers?
We need the gear. What's up?
I was like, oh.
That's what they want.
Yeah. So, you know, I done spent a lot of money on doing other projects and other stuff. And
what's your sign? I gotta ask you, Maxime. What's your sign?
I am a Virgo.
Speaks volumes, Maxime. So I have a lot of Virgo friends, right? And y'all have a habit of having to learn the hard way, unfortunately.
We have to learn it.
You have to learn it. Absolutely. But I love that about y'all. Now, I seen your branding and the fact that you speak to being a freelance photographer and a sociologist, it all makes sense now. I was looking at your brand and it has such a vibe to it that it seems very intentional. Like even the way you dress. He dresses so Brooklyn, I'm gonna say it. He dresses so Brooklyn, even though he's from Boston, right? But the aesthetic, it creates a vibe that equals like cool, like we made it type energy. Okay. Was that intentional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an extension of myself.
I know that's right. He said, I'm vibey.
So it's always going to be whatever I'm into at the time,
Gotcha.
whatever I find aesthetically pleasing, wherever I find inspiration, I pull from that. So I don't really do a spring, summer, fall, winter.
Okay.
I don't work like that.
So I just like pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna make a piece, it's a piece that is artsy, it's colorful, vibrant. That way you could get that both tough and soft. Gotcha. That's why I try to present with everything else.
I love it. I got to get a couple pieces up because I already know. I feel like I looked at your pricing and I love the fact that it's not cheap, but it's affordable. You know what I mean? A lot of times when we have unique artists and unique pieces, they kind of force it with those pricings and make it almost unaffordable or unattainable. But I love the fact that you keep that pricing where it's not, it's not disposable type energy, but it is still affordable. Was that intentional as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to research and see what other brands that I see myself where I stand, and it has to be comparable. But I also feel like I'm delivering a product, I'm delivering a story. I don't have a team, it's just me.
Okay, one man team. Oh, we gotta talk about that.
So I wear all the hats. So I have to live.
Yeah, this is real.
I have to live. So that's how I based off the prices off. I want it to be affordable too. Because I could go up crazy.
Of course, but then ain't nobody gonna buy it. And then, did we really win here? Did we really win?
I want to see it everywhere.
And I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna speak a little bit into your life and to your brand. You understand me? Based off the vibe and the energy that I get from it, I can see, I'm gonna tell y'all now, get your pieces now. Think of it as an investment because that name and that branding is definitely gonna blow up to a different stratosphere. And it might get to a point where you can't afford it. So get your pieces now, okay? So you can say you got the original Gangsters Buy Flowers pieces. Gangsters Buy Flowers pieces. You understand me? Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, the pieces they speak for themselves. One of those one-on-ones, I was looking all through your page, clearly. Those one-on-ones, what do those usually go for? Those are those one-off pieces that nobody else could duplicate?
Nah, they vary.
Yeah.
It could be from like 80 to 250.
See, still affordable. In a world where they're selling t-shirts for $600, listen, I'm gonna need you to holler at my man.
Yeah. I talk about this with my friends all the time. I remember back in the day when baked tees were like $100. And I used to tell my boy I would never spend $100 on a t-shirt. And he's like, one day you're gonna change your mind. Taste is gonna change, your money's gonna change. And it hasn't changed. I still won't spend.
I refuse to. I still
won't spend $100 for a t-shirt. So I don't feel right knowing that I won't spend $100 t-shirt going like 80, whatever.
Exactly. And I appreciate that. I appreciate reality in a world of everybody trying to do the most. I appreciate reality. Now tell me the story. What got you into the idea of fashion? Was it always within you or?
Yeah. It was always
okay.
It was always something I always liked the Source magazines, the vibes, the essence, just seeing what people wear in music videos and just going back and forth to New York.
Okay. I know, New York, the capital.
Yeah,
oh my
inspiration
gosh.
everywhere. So I have family out there and friends from college, so I used to go often.
Gotcha.
So I always seen inspiration and gathered inspiration from a lot of places, and I worked in retail. So I didn't go to school for fashion, but I've always been fashion
Can I talk about that journey though? Because a lot of people don't speak on that. I'm an educator, so I understand the importance of school, but we don't tell enough of those stories of the people who went the other route. You know what I mean? Just natural gifts. Talk about that story, not that story, but that journey of just learning as you go.
It's a long journey, but you don't think about it too
right.
much.
You just live it.
You're in it. So it's like survival. My first job in New York, I moved to New York unemployed. My first job in New York was working at a J. Crew men's store.
Okay, J. Crew. Throwback.
So I'm into menswear. I like sneakers and clothing. So just gathering that.
Okay.
And just being in that environment, seeing how things are merchandised, seeing how things are sold, and then just working with clientele and just seeing how different people move.
Oh, and I know that sociology degree came into play really well in that, right?
Yeah.
Understanding people. How does that translate into your fashion? Understanding people. You didn't expect that question, did you?
I did it. But really, it's just, I don't think about it too much until after. I'm like, I learned that in school. Just doing like different ethnographies, just being in different zones and with different people and seeing how people react. And I know how I react in certain situations, whether it's dealing with customers or management. So when I'm doing it for myself, I'm like, I've been in these situations working in the retail environment. So now I could just do it for myself. So now I say I'm not working retail, but I kind of am.
But I mean, you're not.
For myself. Yeah. So I'm doing parts of it, but I'm also doing the back of house stuff too.
And I think it's dope. I feel like a lot of people need, especially us Black people, we are really gifted. Let's just call it what it is. Yeah. And I feel like we spend a lot of money consuming those who necessarily don't want us in their clothes, right? But imagine if you took that energy, because not all of us, a lot of us have that fashion sense too. Imagine if we put that energy into building our own brands and really pushing it for ourselves. So having an example like Gangsters Buy Flowers, I feel like people pay attention, right? We don't always have to wear the Louis and all these people who actually don't think that highly of us, you know what I mean? When we can support brands like Gangsters Buy Flowers, or if you are a fashionista yourself, make your own brand, you know what I mean? That speaks volumes. I know for me, if I'm wearing a Gangsters Buy Flowers t-shirt, it's because I love the story behind it. As a woman who loves a good gangster that buys flowers, I'm gonna rock that. You understand me? I'm gonna rock that heavy, and I'm gonna rock the brand behind it. So tell me, what is coming soon? I know I've seen a couple of promos for a pop-up happening, or is that what's happening at Hue?
Yeah, so I throw a monthly party at Hue.
Nice, okay.
This Thursday, the 13th. I don't know when this
Well, this won't be dropping by then, but it's a monthly joint, right?
Okay. Follow the Instagram, and then doing Day Trail in Providence.
Nice.
And I do stuff here and there.
Wait, I need that exclusive invite to Day Trail. I've been hearing about it.
All right.
I need that exclusive invite, okay?
Day Trail is great.
Yeah.
Day Trail is great. I went to my first one last year. I went to both that they did last year. And it was a good time.
So you're vending over there?
Yeah.
Nice. Definitely pull up on that, man, and get your pieces while you're there.
Yes.
Now, any words? Because now the educator in me wants to kick in and wants to send a message to my middle school students, right? Anything you would say to your 11 and 12-year-old self, Maxime?
Wow. What was I doing that?
Right, nobody remembers. What was he even doing back then? So let's take it back. I'm sure you were still in Boston back then, right? You were still in Boston.
I was still here.
What school was you at?
11, 12, what's that?
Middle school, yeah.
Yeah, I was here. I was at the McCormick.
Oh, you went to the McCormick. I went to the Lewenberg. We always hated each other.
Oh, man.
So what would you tell little Maxime over at the McCormick?
That your interest will get you paid someday.
That's a word all in itself. I think a lot of us little kids needed to hear that. The things that you love can get you paid. I promise you that.
I've always loved clothes. I love sneakers. I love sports. I love music. And I just try to incorporate that in everything that I do. So all that stuff, just...
Yo, I feel like we hear all these cliches and the people telling us you can be anything you want to be, but a lot of people don't understand this. Being who you want to be is understanding who you are, right? Yes. And understanding the true essence of who you are. And once you tap into that, you're usually pretty good on the trail of success, because once you just move in your energy, there's no losing. Can't nobody else be you. Can't nobody else be you, right? Now listen, let everybody know, for those who clearly are living under a rock, because if you're not really rocking fashion if you don't know Gangsters Buy Flowers. I'm sorry, I'm gonna talk my trash, okay? But tell people where they can find you.
You can find Gangsters Buy Flowers on Instagram, gangsters.buy.flowers, and gangstersbuyflowers.com.
Yeah, straight to it. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Yeah, we're here.
I appreciate you. Maybe I can get an exclusive Whitney shirt. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's what you need?
That's what I need. I need that Whitney shirt.
I
And listen, while you're at it, make sure you follow me on everything, Ms. Mofilla. Make sure you follow my website, MsMofilla.com. And then head on over to Insidethemaze on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down at the bottom so you can keep track of all the things we're doing here at Inside the Maze. Big things are going, man. It's your girl, Ms. Mofilla, the one and only Maxime, man. Gangsters do buy flowers, man. Peace out.